What's up? What's up? What's up, guys? This the real estate coach here, Marc Mendez, filming another segment of Everyday People. You know what the segment's about by now. Hopefully, if you're not tuning in, you've been missing out on some good stories, some good testimonies for some people. We just trying to get everyday people on the line. My next guest today is George Reyes, a teacher, coach, and mentor, great father. He has two baller daughters. And if you know me, you know George, he's doing a great job raising them kids. So I'm going to get him on the line. We actually go back to some six-man days also. We went to the same high school. So we'll let him talk about how my team used to beat up his team also. And how he lost a whole pinky finger in a glove one time. So let's get him on the phone. That's not no funny stuff, Ellie. Like, why did you hit the drums?
Hello.
Hey, what's up, Mr. George?
What's going on, Marc?
Should I say number one? Like, what do I call you? How do you want to be, directed
You call
at,
me
sir?
whatever you want. Huh?
White chocolate?
Hey, that's old school, man.
That
Only the
is
OGs know that one.
I know that. I'm an OG. That's why. Hey, man, how you doing?
I'm doing good, brother. How you doing?
I'm doing well, man. I'm doing well. Hey, congratulations on that land.
Hey, appreciate it, man.
Did you
You
buy
know what
that
that's for, right?
just for a basketball court?
I mean, we're gonna build a house on it, man. But the ultimate goal, I'm gonna put a metal building in the back with a basketball court indoor for these girls,
Hey.
so they can just continue to grind and continue to get better.
So let's just get right into it, man. Well, tell everybody what you do right now. I know you educator, so.
Yeah, I'm a high school teacher. I teach spec ed. I'm in charge of the BMT right now, behavior management at John Jay High School. John Jay alum, 2002. Sent me back there 2013, and I've been there ever since, man. Been
Man.
coaching since 2010 in the high school level. Decided to step down last year, personal decision, so I can put more time into my girls and their travel ball and all the stuff we got going on here.
Okay, so we're gonna jump into all of that, but let me ask you this first question: what is it like being a teacher in 2021/2022?
Oh man, it is different than anyone can ever imagine. Uh, a lot of stuff's changed from back how we were raised and how we grew up.
Mm-hmm.
Nowadays, there's so many rules and so many right ways to go about things. Um, I wouldn't say enable, but more to coddle the younger generation as opposed to the hard, tough love we used to get.
Yeah. So I mentioned I want you to tell a little bit of a story because I had Dante Evans Pep on another segment of Everyday People, and we kind of brought up the 6-man, 8-man days. I don't know if you remember those days, but I don't. They didn't beat us. He mentioned. So do you remember if you beat us or not,
If the Rhinos beat y'all,
or any team that you played for?
oh, absolutely.
Wait, what?
Absolutely.
What are you talking about?
Okay, you talking about y'all were what were y'all, the Panthers?
Oh, you talking about no. We're talking about the Duville Tigers. That's what we're talking about. I see how far you went back though. I see what you did there. You're clever.
I went back into my primetime days. That's when I was mossing dudes.
Awesome, dude. Hey, tell everybody the story about the finger.
Oh man, the finger. All right, here we go. Playing 6-man, full pads. Never played the game of football in my life. Ended up being pretty decent at it. Played for a few years. Decided to step away from it. Got a call one day. My old team said, "Hey man, come up here and scrimmage." Sam Rayburn Middle School. Come up here and just run a scrimmage with us. I said, "All right." So I run up to the scrimmage and first kickoff, I house it. Kick return, house it all the way back. Second one, I housed it again. The third one, they said, "Hey man, don't run this one back. We got to run some offense." I said, "All right." So I played around like a dumbass. I played around and ran back and forth. Dudes coming at me. I went to stiff arm him. Never locked my arm. His helmet, my helmet smashed into each other with my finger in between them. chopped the tip of my right ring finger clear off inside my glove.
I remember you taking that glove off. I was there, and that was not a pretty sight.
Man, I played 4 more plays after that. Thought I just smashed my finger, and then realized I was losing some blood. And yeah, I remember taking it off. You know, everyone knows how to take a glove off. You take them off one by one. When I got to that finger, I knew something was wrong.
Man, that's terrible. Hey, what did that teach you about life right there? Run out of bounds?
Never take it about life. Never take anything for granted. When they literally say play every game like it's your last, they mean it, because that was my last football game.
Finish him. Oh, yeah, that was. Let me. So you played ball in high school, right?
Yes, sir.
I want to say you might be the original zero.
The original zero, no. I was number 3 in high school.
Okay, but when you played 6-man and stuff,
Football,
you were zero.
I was Zero the Crook. That's what everyone called me.
Zero the Crook. Where did that come from?
Because I used to steal boys' hearts on the field, man. They didn't know what to do.
You just got punchlines. I won't mention other things you stole in life, but we'll save that other segment for another time. Yeah. So tell me something, man. How old are your daughters?
I got 3 daughters. I got Carly. She just turned 13 this month. She's in 7th grade.
Teenager.
I got, first teenage year. I got Addison, who's 10. She'll be 11 in July. And she's a 5th grader. And then I got Zoe, who everyone knows her by Birdie. Everyone hears me say Birdie all the time.
Yeah.
She's 4. She'll be 5 in June.
So
3 girls.
Yeah, 3 girls. You Kobe, girl dad. So let me ask you this,
I even went out and got a girl dog.
You got a girl dog? You couldn't even get a boy dog?
Nope. I even went out and got a girl dog.
Wow.
Gotta go all the way. If I'm gonna do all girls, I gotta do it all the way.
I feel you. How long you and your wife been together?
We've been together since 2001.
Wow.
February 1st, 2001, man, our junior year in high school.
Wow.
We've been married since 06.
That's definitely a round of applause, man. Before we dump into the daughters and the hooping and the mentoring, the coaching, the things that you've done, what advice would you give to couples out there on how you stay together that long?
Man, support each other. Each side is going to have its ups and downs. I remember going through times when, I wasn't making as much money as I needed, and she was making money at the time, and she supported me through it, knew what the ultimate goal was, and vice versa. You're going to get in each other's hair. You're going to get irritated. You're going to get annoyed. The biggest thing is just walk away and then just come back full of love, man. It's been a long road. Like I said, we've been together. It's going on 21 years together. I think almost 16 married.
Man.
And
you're not that old either.
But I'm 38. She's 30. And she's 37. I'm 38.
So daggone almost just a little less than half your life.
Yeah, man. I think I've been with her longer than I've been without her in my life.
Wow. That's dope, man. Well, that's great advice for y'all everyday people, man. If you in a relationship, he said, walk away and come back full of love. I like that. So let's get into your daughters, man. I've been eager to have this conversation with you. I know you post a lot about the girls, the 2 oldest that are hooping right now. I know Birdie. I think she's starting to get into it, right?
Who, Birdie?
Yeah.
Absolutely. She plays around on a little goal. We're just working on her form right now. She can't dribble or do nothing else.
So you're working on her form right now. She's 5.
She's 5. We just work on her form, man. And of course, she's naturally along for the ride, man. With all the traveling we do, we go as a family everywhere. She lives in the gym.
Yeah.
Watching her sisters, playing against her sisters in the house, messing around, just stuff like that.
So tell me, when did you knew your girls, like, how did they just fall? Like, is that something, because I think I talked about this on another segment about how parents are very, and I really want you to just talk about it because you're in the scene. You say you travel, do a lot of travel basketball. I think that parents today put too much pressure sometimes, not pressure in which, I think applied pressure is good, right? Like, because you get them ready for real life, because real life is pressure, right? It's not easy out there, and you know that as an educator. But pressuring or putting them into something that maybe they didn't know they loved, and how did you allow them to kind of tell you that they knew they loved it?
All right, this might be a little bit of a of a long story, but
That's
bear
all
with
right.
me, okay?
That's all right.
So the funny thing is, I'm in the gym today, and one of our seniors that's graduating, our basketball players, just happened to ask me, Coach, I just saw a video of your daughter, man. And, what age did you put her in, and how did you know she was going to be good? And so I told him the backstory of it. So what happened is, I opened up the gym twice a week for my buddy. He used to have a boys team,
Mm-hmm.
and he said, "Hey, man, can you just sit up there and let us run for practice for an hour, hour and a half?" I said, "Yeah." And at the time, my wife was coaching volleyball, so I'd have to take the girls to the gym with me.
Okay.
Birdie wasn't born yet. This is back when Carly was 5 or 6 years old, and I'd sit there in the gym and I'd watch these boys scrimmage and practice all day. And one day I look over and Carly's dribbling the ball, and I'm like, man, she's kind of natural with it. So I didn't say nothing about it. I let her play around. Next day we came back, same thing. Next day, same thing. About 2 weeks went by, and I told her, come here, pass me the ball. She passed it to me like a solid chest pass. I passed it back to her. She caught it. And then I'd ask her to do a certain dribble, and she'd do it. I'd ask her to shoot. Obviously, it was an air ball back then, but I mean, the shot wasn't half bad, you know? So I said, well, man, I might have something there. You know, originally when I had girls, you know, I'm an athlete. We're all athletes. You know, everyone has a dream. I'm gonna have my son, and I'm gonna make it better than I ever was. He's gonna go pro. So when I originally had my first girl, you know, I had that same dad thing, like, what, a girl? What does this mean? We're gonna be a cheerleader, like a dad, you know? And then, you know, same thing. And then the second child comes along, hey, it's a girl. I'm like, well, hell. You know, so I'm like, okay. So I didn't know what was in store for life until, you know, that moment. I said, well, let me grab onto this and see what I could do with it. Mind you, I hadn't ever individually trained kids at the time. I was just really a basketball coach, you know. So we started messing around in the gym little by little. I'd take her in the back gym, and she just would catch on. I mean, like, she was a sponge. Everything I told her within a week, she was mastering it. And she and my wife were sitting at a restaurant one day, and some guy came up to me. He's like, man, I think I saw you at the gym. Isn't your daughter a pretty good little basketball player? I'm like, no, my daughter's never played basketball. He's like, no, I've seen you working with her. Long story short, he was having a team, Lady Hoops. Some people may know the name. We went out to the tryout. Carly made the team. I think she was second grade at the time, playing on a fourth grade squad. Never touched the court, ever. And we just kept working, man. We worked through it. We ended up switching to another team, a buddy of mine, Marco Rivera. Tap dude, grew up with him, good dude.
Yeah, I know.
He's the one that really got us started off all this, and he's the one that really put her on the court and let her kind of show what she can do. As far as the pressure into it, man, I tell everyone like this. On the contrary to what everyone believes George Reyes is a monster to his children when it comes to basketball. Because I get on them, I hold them accountable, I make sure they're doing things the right way. But I've never, ever pressured them into doing something they don't want to do. If I come home and they don't mention the gym, we don't go to the gym. A lot of people say, oh, you got to be in the gym 7 days a week. And that might be true for some kids, but for mine, I'm going to allow my kids to have a childhood. I'm going to allow them to play Xbox. I'm going to allow them to play TikTok. You know, with these activities that kids do at home, if they don't mention the gym, we don't go to the gym. If they say, Dad, can we go get shots? Can we go train? Absolutely. Hop in the car. We run up to the gym and we get working.
Yeah.
I've never pressured them not to do, pressure them into doing something like, let's go. We're going to the gym today. We're going to be there for 2 hours doing this. Nope. I let them do that on their own.
Okay. Well, I mean, has that worked out? Like, do you feel like they have a good balance?
I feel like they have a great balance, man. And the biggest part about that is the love that they continue to have for the game. You hear a lot of people say, man, you start your kid out that early, they get burnt out. Well, yeah, they get burnt out when they have a shit ton of pressure on their shoulders to be great.
Mm-hmm.
I don't expect mine to be great. You know, my daughters are on each of their team. They're the smallest player on each of their team.
Mm-hmm.
I don't tell them to go out and score 20 points a game. I tell them to go out there, you give it your all, you have fun, and you play hard. You know, Carly's getting older, and, you know, she has a really, really high, if anybody's ever seen her play, she has a very, very high basketball IQ on the court. She makes open shots at her size. She handles the ball well. She handles pressure well.
Okay, first off, you're lying. She don't handle pressure or handle the ball well. She handles it very well. I've seen the videos. I've seen it, man. She's a little monster. Like the way she handles the ball, better than you. Just so you know. Um, but I love the way, even on the videos that you show, like just so how she's so aware of the game. Like she's not a
Hmm.
shoot first point guard. Like she looks like a true old school, like what we grew up watching, like a John Stockton. Shoot, who else? I'm drawing a blank
She's
right now. Who?
no, you're right, dude. The John Stocktons, the Mark Jacksons,
There you go.
I mean, those old school point guards that played the game the right way. She's selfless, man. That's probably the biggest thing, man. I can, her coaches, you can hear them from the sideline. Shoot the ball, shoot the ball. If she don't feel it, she ain't shooting it, man. Because she's not that kid to go out there and just chunk bricks at the rim.
Yeah.
She's gonna get the ball where it needs to be if she feels somebody has a better shot than she has, and she's gonna get the ball where it needs to go. The funny thing is, everyone always says, "Hey, man, how'd you get her passing and her IQ so good? How'd you teach that?" I said, "That is unteachable. I can teach you to dribble. I can teach you to shoot. I can get on you so bad so you can be a dog on defense. But I can't teach IQ, man. I can't teach passing. That's something that's just a natural gift in my heart. That's what I believe."
Yeah, I mean, especially at that young age. I mean, as you get older, right, you start watching film, you start breaking things down, you start understanding angles and and passing lanes and where someone's going to be if they're doubling, trapping, well, any of that stuff. But just the video that I seen, man, she's just so natural at it. So I think y'all went to Puerto Rico last year, right?
Yeah, man. One of the first big travel tournaments Carly ever played in was about 3 years ago. We went to Dallas, and there was a dude out there that I guess she caught his eye. LC, his name's Larry. He's a good friend of mine now. Just we've kept in touch throughout the years, and he was really intrigued by the way she played, and he did a little write up on her, and he just always kept tabs on her and kept in touch. And there's a dude by the name of Prentice Beverly out of the West Coast, out of California. It's called Ball and Prep. It's almost, I mean, we represent USA, not the main USA, but we represent that, and they bring teams in from Canada and Puerto Rico and all that stuff, and they let these girls compete about them. It's like the stepping stone to try to get to that next level, you know.
Yeah.
And he put me on with that dude Prentice and showed Prentice some of her stuff, and he gave us the invite to go out to Puerto Rico. Man, that was a real fun deal from start to finish, man. The love and the support that came out of this city, even friends outside the city donated. We tried to raise enough money just to pay for me and Carly's flights, because originally it was just going to be us, just me and her to go.
Yeah.
And we raised so much money that we were able to take the whole family out there and make a family trip out of it as well.
All right, man. So what about the second one, number two?
Addison, man, AR-13. If anyone ever hears it, Carly's number 0, she calls herself, we call her Agent Zero.
Okay.
Addison's AR-13. You know, everyone knows what an AR-15 is, right?
Yeah.
So her number's 13. We call her. Yeah, so we call her AR-13 because she used to have a trigger. She used to shoot everything. Never saw a bad shot. She was trying so hard to be as good as her sister.
Yeah.
That alone was putting that unwanted pressure on her.
Mm-hmm.
So finally, I had to sit her down and tell her and then make her understand you're not your sister. You're a different player, but you're going to be better than your sister.
Mm.
So I sat her down and had that talk with her. I said, you don't have to rush nothing. You don't have to take all these shots and try to score all these points outside your sister. She's 2 years older than you. You're going to have your time. And then when it comes down to it, the mindset Addison has and that dog she has in her, she's a freaking workhorse. She never stops. You see her on the court, it's like she's going a million miles an hour. That alone is going to push her to be better than Carly.
Man, well, I can't wait to hear and see. I definitely want to come check out these games because I like to see them in action, man. What was some last words of thoughts before we wrap up the segment, George? What would you like to tell parents out there that got kids that may or think they're successful or have some sort of opportunity to play, at another level eventually? What would you tell them?
Man, the biggest thing is love your kids. Not everything could be negative. If you're going to get on your kids, yeah, absolutely, because you want to push them to be better. But make sure there's more positive than negative. Like I said it earlier, man, a lot of people think I'm a monster because they might see me yell one time and be like, dang, he talks to them like that? But you don't see the 15 times I praise them and hug them and hold them and kiss them
Yeah.
and bring them back up. You know, they know I'm their number one fan. I'm always going to be their number one fan. The advice I have, man, is love and support your kid. Let your kid be a kid. When it's time for them to be grown, they will be grown. If the path is chosen for them to be successful in any sport, it don't have to just be basketball. It could be any sport. The Lord will make that path available for them. You know, when it comes to basketball, I tell a lot of parents, hey, what can we do to get better? Stop counting points. It ain't about how many points a kid scores. It's about how you play the game the right way. And the biggest thing a lot of people don't understand is body language, man. If you're up by 30 or you're down by 30, can we tell? If there's no scoreboard, can we tell just off your body language? And
boy, I tell you what, you sound like a coach.
Man, hey, I might know a little something about coaching, man. But no, man, it's serious, Mark. I mean, the stuff that's available nowadays for recruitment is something that we never even thought we'd touch when we were trying to come up. You know, we were out there grinding with VHS tapes, trying to put highlights together with VHS tapes. Now with social media and all this hoopla and all this clout, you have to really be careful in the recruiting, man. Like someone told me a long time ago, man, hey, when it comes time to get recruited, them coaches ain't just recruiting the kids; they're recruiting the parents too. If you're acting like a fool and you're not acting right as a parent, they're gonna cross your kid's name right off that list.
Yeah, no, I think all that advice is great, man. I grew up, you know, helping some kids that played basketball, and you know, I wasn't really a basketball guy, but I just seen that type of work ethic in them and him, and just to see that flourish all the way to the things that he went on and accomplished, man. So I think you're doing a great job, man. I just want to applaud you for your maturity. You know, I've known you were a knucklehead. I hired you at Fiesta, Texas, long time ago. And I remember hiring you, you being this knucklehead from John Jay, and I hired everybody from John Jay, and we won't get into the rest of the story. But the point is, man, I'm just proud of your maturity, how far you come. And, you know, man, I can't wait to keep seeing what you do with the girls. And I'm sure number 3 is just going to figure it out just like 1 and 2. I'm just terrible with names, but it's Agent Zero,
Carly,
AR-13, and Birdie. That's what I got.
Yeah, man, and I appreciate the love, Mark. You've always been supportive of all this, man. I really appreciate it, and keep tabs because it's going to be a big summer for Carly, man. Her coaches, they got them on the Adidas circuit, so there's going to be a lot of traveling. Just in July alone, man, we'll be in Dallas, South Carolina, Georgia, and New Orleans all in July.
Bro, I'm trying to come. I need a road trip.
Yeah, no doubt, man. I'll get you a schedule. We're going to have a lot of Dallas trips. Big tournament in April, man. If anyone could make it out, the Lone Star tournament, it's supposed to be at the Cowboy Stadium, and if everything goes through, they're going to turn the field into a bunch of courts. That's going to be a dope tournament.
Might be some more points scored on than the regular season. Yee. I'm a Cowboy fan, so chill out. Cowboy fans, don't come from my head. All right, my man. Well, I appreciate you taking the call, man. Again, I look forward to watching, and I'll let you know. And you keep me updated.
Yeah, no doubt, man. If you need anything else, or you want to get me back on, I'll get speak or anything, man. Let me know. I love it.
Absolutely, bro, for sure. Appreciate you.
All right, Mark.
All right, later. Well, guys, that was Everyday People, another segment of Everyday People with George Reyes talking about being a coach, being a mentor, not only to Northside School District of John Jay, our alumni, but also to his 3 girls, you know, true girl dad. And I'm just proud of that kid, man. He's come a long way. So thanks for tuning in to another segment of Everyday People. This is your boy, the real estate coach.